Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Gaming Command Center. This is for the week of Sunday, January 12th, 2020. So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and comment. But tonight I'm probably gonna be doing a stream, probably tomorrow too. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming for you guys as much on Fridays. The only problem with that is I usually don't have that much time to stream on Friday nights anymore. So I was thinking maybe cut Friday off from the schedule. I'm not that sure. Maybe leave a comment if you want Fridays cut off, but I'll tell you my opinion at the end of the video. But as always, let's jump into the news. Let's get it. So, how gaming PCs are competing with the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Let's go. Every January, PC gaming companies get a full week during CES to show us the latest and greatest in new processors, graphics cards, monitors, and everything else that's been cooking for the last year or longer. Normally, the PC industry gets to do this without its console counterpart encroaching on its turf. It's a place for discussions about totally unfettered gaming performance and the kinds of ludicrous hardware you could buy if money was no concern. But this year's a bit different. A new console generation from Microsoft and Sony is arriving later this year, and that shift is poised to change everything about the gaming landscape, whether you play in front of a TV or your computer monitor. New consoles will mean a huge step up in the production values game developers can squeeze out of baseline hardware. And because most games today are developed both for console and PC simultaneously, that means the overall performance bar is going to take a big leap this fall. Games are going to look better than ever no matter where you play them. It also means PC owners can look forward to upgrading their rigs to take advantage of a much higher performance ceiling in the years to come. But that situation has also cast a long shadow over this year's PC gaming announcements at CES. The industry is somewhat stuck in a kind of technical purgatory until the new console generation lands. That way we can measure performance against current graphics chips, and then against the meaningful new generation of GPUs coming next year. It's clear even at CES that Microsoft and Sony's new hardware are the most talked about gaming news on everyone's minds. Sony showed up to its annual press conference in Las Vegas with a tiny morsel of gaming news. The official PS5 logo that some of the viewers may have saw, that nonetheless generated a ton of buzz, and AMD made the mistake of using a fake render of the Xbox Series X during its CES presentation, leading to a wave of press coverage over something as minor as the port selection on the back of the box. That doesn't mean the PC gaming industry is taking a back seat at CES. Instead, we're actually seeing an interesting trend where companies like Alienware, Razer, and others are acknowledging the benefits of consoles and trying to tempt traditional console-only consumers over to the PC platform. In years prior, this would mean touting all the performance benefits you get with the gaming PC. But with new consoles on the horizon that are inching closer to becoming full-fledged computers, we're seeing PC manufacturers trying to offer the benefits of both worlds in a single package. For the last 7 years, the PC has been unequivocally the best and most performant platform out there. The new consoles were basically outdated by a run-of-the-mill gaming PC as soon as they launched in 2013, and even the mid-cycle refreshes in the form of the Xbox One X and PS4 Pro were well outpaced by NVIDIA's Turing architecture that was introduced in 2018. But in the years since, we've seen the console industry innovate with regard to portability, like with the Nintendo Switch, and cross-platform play and subscription services. The PC and console ecosystems have never been closer than they are today, and it's never been easier to jump between the two. If you're a Microsoft fan, you can just pay $15 a month to get hundreds of games playable across your Xbox One and your PC, making it sensible to own both if you want both a big screen, controller-ready setup, and a more performance-geared mouse and keyboard one. That was a pipe dream when the Xbox One first launched. At CES 2020, we're seeing the PC gaming industry acknowledge this new reality and try to develop products that cater to the audience that may eventually want to own devices that can do everything and appeal to all audiences. Alienware arrived with its concept UFO prototype, a powerful Nintendo Switch-like handheld that aims to let you play PC games on the go. Both Intel and Razer came to CES with fascinating small form factor NUC PCs that try to bring the accessibility and size of consoles to something that can be easily upgraded to meet your needs. PC gaming manufacturer Origin came back to the show with a new version of its Big O rig that stuffs either a PS4 Pro or Xbox One S inside the same case as a gaming PC. It's the best of both worlds in the most literal sense. So how many consumers will actually buy any of these products? Probably very few. But CES has always been a place where PC manufacturers can show off experimental prototypes that are more of a signal of where a company thinks the industry is going rather than what it thinks might sell right here and now. It's also these ideas that do occasionally transition into more marketable and feasible products down the line. Before the NUC-based Razer Tomahawk modular PC announced this week, there was the company's Project Christine experimental version of the same idea first shown 6 years ago. This doesn't mean Alienware, Razer, and other big-name PC makers necessarily want to convert console gamers, although I'm sure neither company would complain if you bought one of their pricey pre-built towers or gaming laptops. But it is a realization that there's a growing market of consumers who have traditionally owned consoles and may be looking to upgrade that box sitting under their TV. What better way to do that than to remind them that the world of PC is much more than just gigantic, ugly tower PCs that cost a fortune and can be complicated and cumbersome to maintain. It may be the case that the new console generation keeps its hold on the existing PlayStation and Xbox fans. After all, owning a PS4 or Xbox One now is probably the most likely sign you'll be buying the respective upgrade coming this holiday season. But that outcome used to be a predictable one, with the rare exception being a switch to the competing console platform. Nowadays, it feels more likely that a console owner might be willing to take the plunge into PC gaming, just as a lifelong PC gamer might actually pick up the PS5 or Xbox Series X if the rumored specs are indeed as high as they seem. The PC and gaming accessory manufacturers, better than most companies, know that this convergence will only continue to accelerate. We're living in an industry where the differences between the gaming platforms you play on are largely insignificant outside the restrictions these platform owners place on their customers and the exclusive games they finance to keep die-hard fans committed to the brand. At CES, it's apparent PC gaming isn't going to be taking big leaps anytime soon, at least not until the new consoles come out. It's not the right time, but updates on the horizon, like Intel's new discrete graphics chip and the renewed processor war between the chip maker and its rival AMD, could seriously shake up the laptop market and, in turn, the whole PC gaming landscape. In the meantime, we're seeing evidence of the kind of market we might see 5 years from now, when consoles are even more like PCs and vice versa. It may not sound like something a gaming enthusiast with a multi-$1,000 rig is looking for right now, but a handheld PC-level machine with the form factor of the Nintendo Switch, like Alienware's concept UFO, is the kind of innovation that could, many iterations down the line, truly marry the best of both platforms in one device, and it's those big swings that make CES a place where you can still peek around the corner and glimpse an exciting future. So, there you have it. So, gaming PCs are riding up on the tail with Sony and Microsoft. So, that is really interesting. So, I think PCs may stand out better than consoles, but maybe 5 years from now, it will definitely come back. So, another thing says, and Microsoft says the Xbox Series X won't have exclusive first-party games at launch. Sound familiar? Microsoft's upcoming next-gen console, the Xbox Series X, will break with tradition by not launching with exclusive games only playable on the new hardware. Instead, Microsoft is leaning into its Xbox Play Anywhere strategy and fully support backwards compatibility moving forward. According to Microsoft Studios head Matt Booty, are you serious, dude? God, there are some hilarious moments in these gaming news updates, I gotta tell you. And this is definitely gonna go in the bloopers. Holy crap. According to Microsoft Studios head, Matt Booty, you heard it here on the Gaming Command Center, who spoke with UK gaming site MCV, quote, "Over the next year or 2 years, all of our games, sort of like PC, will play up and down that family of devices," Booty said. He goes on to say, "We want to make sure that if someone invests in Xbox between now and Series X, that they feel that they made a good investment and that we're committed to them with content. This doesn't seem to imply that there will be a point at which new first-party Xbox games designed for the Series X won't run on the standard Xbox One, but that would appear to be a ways out after launch. This isn't a drastic departure from what Microsoft has been hinting at for months now. The company has said it plans to make all first-party games on Xbox playable on Windows 10 as part of its Xbox Play Anywhere initiative. The company also said back in June at E3, before the official Series X reveal and when the new console was known only as Project Scarlet, that its next-gen console will also play Xbox One games. The same is true of Sony's PlayStation 5, with Sony confirming earlier this year that its new console would be backwards compatible with PS4 games. Sony, however, has not yet said that it won't have games launching with the PS5 that can only be played on that device. But this is the first time Microsoft has said explicitly that its new console won't be launching with a dedicated slate of first-party exclusives, as has been the case for pretty much every new console generation of the last couple of decades. The biggest first-party Xbox Series X exclusive, Halo Infinite, was already confirmed to run on both the next-gen Xbox and Xbox One, as well as Windows 10. But Booty here is clarifying that there will be the case for every new Xbox game going forward for at least a year after the Series X launch. This is a bit of double-edged sword for Microsoft. The company has gone to great lengths to ensure that its digital library of Xbox games includes old 360 titles as well as a whole range of classic, ported, and indie games. It's also built out the Xbox platform to support backwards compatibility between the Series X and the Xbox One, as both are built off the same architecture. This is great for consumers who worry about abandoning their entire libraries when they upgrade to the latest hardware, which has been one of the primary pitfalls of buying a new console in past generations. Without enough good new games on the new console, you might have been stuck paying hundreds of dollars for a device you didn't want to really turn on all that much until the software library was appropriately padded out. The downside, of course, is that Microsoft doesn't have a very strong argument for why you should upgrade to the Xbox Series X if it doesn't have exclusive games and if you can get similar or even better performance for the same titles on a gaming PC. Microsoft is hoping that the Series X's impressive specs and its ease of use over the PC platform will be selling points, especially for players who maybe haven't upgraded to a new console since the original Xbox One back in 2013, but the company's current approach to exclusives and cross-platform play might make the Series X an especially tough sell if you already own, say, the Xbox One, released back in 2017, or a capable gaming PC. So a lot of pros and cons really for Xbox Series X, but we'll see in the future and when the console actually releases what its future might be. Alright, so the final thing of the night, the night, is something especially for Nintendo Direct and also about the Switch. I'm going to shine more light on it once again. So, Nintendo Direct January 2020, here's a leak for you. So, major Switch games news revealed early. So, Nintendo Direct January 2020 is still rumored to be on the cards despite the recent Pokemon Direct. It is believed the House of Mario could hold their first full-fat Nintendo Direct of 2020 next week, where some big Nintendo Switch news could drop. We know that the next Nintendo Direct is likely to reveal news on who will be the next Fighters Pass DLC character coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And it looks like one of the other announcements that will be made in the rumored January 2020 Nintendo Direct has leaked. 90 could use their next Nintendo Direct to reveal the release date for one of the biggest Nintendo Switch games of the year. That title is the Xenoblade Chronicles Remake, with the retailer looking like they have leaked the Switch game's release date early. As revealed in a post on YouTube by GameXplain, Danish retailer Coolshop may have leaked the Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition release date. The online store is listed that the remake of the classic Wii RPG as coming on May 29th, 2020. We haven't heard anything on the new title from Monolith Soft since it was first announced in the September 2019 Nintendo Direct. That was the last full-fat Direct that Nintendo has held. If Xenoblade is launching in the first half of this year, then confirmation of this is an upcoming Direct seems likely. And what better place to announce the news than in the rumored January 2020 Nintendo Direct, giving plenty of time to build anticipation for the title. It's rumored that the next Nintendo Direct could be taking place as early as Thursday, January 2016. As Nintendo Switch fans may have received a hint about some of the titles that could get announced in the rumored broadcast. Notable leaker Emily Rogers has teased that Nintendo are planning to release at least 2 new Wii U ports on the Switch. Rogers said that the ports were not difficult to guess, with the list of Wii U games that haven't arrived on the Switch getting shorter and shorter. It remains to be seen when Nintendo could reveal these new Wii U ports, but a Direct seems a likely place to make the announcements. What Wii U games are being ported over to the Switch remains to be seen, but there are a few possibilities. Among the Wii U games that haven't been ported to the Switch yet are The Wonderful 101, Pikmin 3, Super Mario 3D World, Xenoblade Chronicles X, The Wind Waker HD, and Twilight Princess HD. Nintendo Land and Wii Sports Club are among the other titles that haven't been ported over to the Switch yet. A port of Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD would surely go down a treat with Switch fans as they wait for Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, as would a port of cult classic and critically acclaimed Platinum Games hit The Wonderful 101. Other possible announcements for the January 2020 Nintendo Direct is news on Bayonetta 3 and Shin Megami Tensei 5. After a long period of radio silence, news is starting to filter through once again about the new Switch titles from Atlus and Platinum Games. This influx of recent news could be a sign that fans of the Switch exclusives are set to get an update at long last, possibly in a Direct. So, exciting news for the Switch community, the Nintendo community. Interesting news also for the Xbox and PlayStation, Sony, Microsoft communities, as I'm saying. So, that is going to be it for the news update. Make sure you tune into the stream tonight and tomorrow. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you for the stream tonight and the next news update next weekend. See you later. Peace out. Keep calm and keep flying. See ya.